Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial. Today we're going to show you how to add more tasks into LittleHorse. I'm going to show you how to do that in the task worker and the workflow specification. I keep this first grid task the way it is and add a second task to this workflow. You know, in reality, these tasks can be quite different. It really depends on your use case. There are general services that most companies will need, like sending out emails, pushing out notification. We will publish separate videos on that part. In this tutorial, however, we'll keep these tasks as simple as possible and talk more about how LittleHorse works, how you develop business activities, how you add those tasks into LittleHorse. Alright, let's write a second task and demonstrate how you add it in LittleHorse. I'm going to write a second function called title name, which makes the first letter uppercase and keep the rest lowercase. Print the hello message and return this formatted name in LittleHorse. I'm also adding this function under await as well to run both tasks. The name title name is mostly for the LittleHorse engine. Remember, when the LittleHorse engine has a title name task to execute, it will invoke this title name function to run. I'm good with my task worker here. Now I'm going to my workflow specification. Make sure to import title name here. I'm going to change the workflow name as Quick Start Workflow Plus to make it a different workflow. I'm going to add the second task here to make sure my workflow execute both the greet task and the title name task. Now I go back to register the second workflow. Run this workflow and type Jacob. Now this time I type something like this. Let's start the worker. It prints off the hello message. On the LittleHorse dashboard, it will show the second task and return the name with the first letter uppercase and the rest lowercase. Alright, now you know how to add a second task in LittleHorse following these 3 steps. Develop your task worker, define your workflow, and run your workflow. Now it's your turn. Let's add a third task in LittleHorse. The goal is to have a workflow with 3 tasks running in sequence. You could add a very simple function in your task worker, like printing another message or generating some random number. And then go ahead, edit your workflow specification, and run the workflow. You could pause the video here, give it a shot. Alright, I'm going to show you my answer. Under my task worker, I'm adding a third task. I'm writing a function to generate a random number and print out a message for us to check later. I'm going to add this third task under this list to make sure I start them all in LittleHorse. Okay, that's it for my task worker. I'm now going to my workflow specification. In my workflow specification, first of all, I'm going to import the new task, window number. Because I'm editing the logic here, I like to make it a new workflow. So I give it a new name, call it Quick Start Workflow Plus 2. I want to run this third task after the first 2 tasks, so I add it right after the first 2 tasks. Alright, now let's register this new workflow. I'm going to run the workflow with an input name. And we got the hello message from the first task. We have the name capitalized from the second task and a number from the third task. Let's go to the dashboard. And we see the new workflow. It is completed with output here as well. Awesome! Now you know how to write multiple tasks in sequence in LittleHorse. From these examples, you may have noticed there are different sets of variables. One is in the scope of your applications, which pass through your functions or methods. And the other one is for LittleHorse, which can be defined and searched from LittleHorse. In the next video, I'd like to explain more about variables. See you next time!